Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Welcome back to another beer review. It's time to review an Alchemist beer. I don't review a whole lot of Alchemist beer. It's actually been a while since we reviewed like a new Alchemist beer. I did that 2-year-old Heady Topper review, which was fun, but I think Crusher was the last like new release that I reviewed, and that was, I want to say, end of last year, maybe beginning of this year. It's been a long time, but this is Skadoosh, and this is Skadoosh 9, I think. This is the all Citra hopped version. Skadoosh is basically a rotating American IPA that John has been doing. It's 7% alcohol by volume, and I think what he's doing is just brewing an IPA and using the same base for the beer, but then the hops are changing each time, and they're releasing it like, I want to say like once a month or so. So I think they're up to like 10 or 11 now. I think this is technically Skadoosh number 9. So Citra hopped from the Alchemist, Stowe, Vermont. Anything else to say about this? I don't think so. Technically, I've had this I've had this beer before. Last Friday, when Anthony and Craig and I had that really fun beer share, apparently towards the end of the night I grabbed a can of this and we had it. I came downstairs the next morning to kind of clean everything up, and it was part of the graveyard, as they say. So I don't recall having it, and neither does Craig. I don't know if Anthony remembers it or not, but I don't. It was at the, I guess, the end of the share, and I decided it was a good time to have it. Yeah, so this will technically, this is my second time having this beer, but it'll be the first time I remember having it. So we're using our Alchemist little pint glass. I said this last video, I used to have one of those stemless Heady Topper glasses, and it broke. So if anyone has one of those, an extra one laying around, you want to sell it, trade it, something, let me know, please, because I want that back. So this beer, it's got a bunch of floaties in it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's that awesome kind of just bright orangey yellow. It is hazy, but it's tons and tons of floaties. Finger bright white head. It is super like fluffy, but it looks good in that proper glassware. Okay. Dad Patrol again. Let's go ahead and shove our nose in this one, see what she smells like. This smells like earthy orange juice, if that makes sense. Earthy because it's really green, it's grassy, it's biscuity, it's malty, but there's a ton of just like orange peel, orange juice, tangerine juice. I mean, it's Citra, it's bright. It's still, I think, like I said, I think this is about a month old. The aroma is still very much poppy. But this is, it's funny because they're like the OG New England IPA, right? Alchemist. This isn't something you haven't smelled before, if that makes sense. But it's a nice balance of hops and malt. The malts are definitely there to kind of set the table, as Nathan says, for all the hops, and you're just getting a ton of, it's just full-on citrus with some green kind of herbal, herbaceous, grassy notes. So yeah, it smells killer. Let's go ahead and taste it. Cheers. Ooh, that is good. I was not expecting that from the nose. That's got a nice amount of pithiness. That dank kind of almost, wow, that's really hoppy. The nose doesn't lead you to believe that it's going to be that like intense. It is like basically citrus peel. Like think of just chewing on orange peels, orange zest, lemon zest, that bitter kind of rind, with just a bunch of like orange juice in the front. This is, if you gave this to me blind, I would tell you this is a West Coast beer. It is super bitter, like pithy bitterness that just lingers on your tongue. It's green, it's hoppy, it's dank. Wow, that's I wasn't expecting that from the nose. The nose, it's not a weak nose. It was like I said, it's like kind of that poppy thing, but like the taste of this is 10 times intense as the nose was. 7%. It's an easy drinker. You're not chewing on it. But this is, I can't get over like how pithy rindy it is. It's crazy. As someone who fell in love with West Coast beers, I love this beer. This is Citra. Citra's green. Citra's got that awesome citrus, you know, orangey kind of tangerine thing. But it lends that green kind of grassy. There's even like a little bit of like piney floral thing. I think floral is what it is. Yeah, that is what that is. I was trying to figure out what that was. It's got this crazy killer floral thing to it. That's really, really good. This is like just bringing my brain back to drinking an awesome old school West Coast IPA. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but this is one of those beers. You new money haze bros, the people who just like juice bombs, this beer is not for you. This beer's got an awesome amount of earthiness to it. It's in your face, it's bitter, it lingers. It's not the most balanced. It's very, very floral, pithy citrus. It just sits on your tongue, just like hops sitting on your tongue. So I'm a fan of that. I like that. This is an A beer for me. This is like 95, solid stuff. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what like all the people who are like new school kind of juicy guys think of this beer, but it's killer. So yeah, I'm gonna go 95. It's awesome. It's Skadoosh from the Alchemist in Vermont. If you guys have had it, at least this one, the citrus version, if you've had other ones, leave a comment below and talk about it. And I'm out of here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.